Ward Cornell with Gump Worsley, who will pick and talk to the stars tonight. Gump, number one?
Well, my number one star is Glenn Hall, who played a great game, and to get a shutout in a playoff is a feat in itself. Glenn, how do you feel about that victory?
Well, I think that the whole club played real well, Gumpy. We had the best game we've had in the series so far. We looked like the team that beat Montreal, and I think it might give us a lot of life, and we might come back.
Well, good luck in the rest of the series, Glenn.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Glenn. That was the first star, and your second star, Gump?
John Bauer. Even in defeat, John played well, and I think without John tonight that the Maple Leafs would have been in bad shape.
Well, let's go down to the Leaf dressing room and Ed Fitkin and Johnny Bauer.
And now here's Gump Worsley's number 2 star, Johnny Bauer. Johnny, that was a tough game. I suppose the Chicago Ice made quite a bit of difference.
Well, the fans, as you know, are very rapid here, Eddie, and I think the best team won tonight. I think they checked real well. They got right on top of us, and we didn't get very many good shots at Glenn, although he played a terrific game, in my opinion, but I think you might... I just hope we play a lot better than the next game.
Thank you very much, Johnny Bauer. And now here's Ward Cornell and Gump Worsley.
And Gump, number 3.
My third star is Dollard St. Laurent, who I thought played an outstanding game. He was throwing his body around, and he slowed up the Leafs considerably and gave them a chance for Chicago to take over that game. Dollard, how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very glad we won this game, Gump. I think it was a case of do or die, and I think the boys played very well. The goaler played a hell of a game, I'd say. And I think we're starting to move a little better. We had a tough series against Montreal. We had 2 sort of funny games in Toronto, but I think we're starting to pick up a little, Gump. I don't think any of the boys are tired. I think we'll keep her going. I hope so anyway.
We're good. Good luck to you, Dolly. We'll see you get back home.
Thank you very much.
So those are the 3 stars. Glenn Hall, Johnny Bauer, Dollard St. Laurent. Our thanks to you, Gump, for your selections and your reasoning.
Thanks, Ward.
Now it's up top to Foster Hewitt and his summary of the... Hold on, we're not ready to go yet, Gump. We got a second. Would you want any honorable mentions?
Well, I think Makita played well, and Pierre Pilote played well. The Leafs, it's tough to pick the Leafs. They weren't skating, and Chicago were beating them to the puck at every chance, and I think that was the whole game right there, Ward. That Chicago out-hustled the Leafs and beat them to the puck.
And out-muscled them on those checks.
That's right.
Right? Thank you again, Gump, and now it's to Foster Hewitt.
The Chicago Blackhawks had their innings tonight. They went on that ice with all the determination that Rudy Pillis said that they would show on Chicago ice, and they started to show their supremacy over the Toronto Maple Leafs in that second period when they were able to score 2 goals. They fought hard in the third period to add to that total. The Leafs fought hard to hold them off, but the power of the Chicago team tonight was irresistible, and the Leafs just couldn't cope with them. I thought that Johnny Bauer played a tremendous game in goal to keep that score in reasonable proportions. Of course, the Leafs had their opportunities too, but they were being hurried on every play, and as a result, they didn't get too many opportunities, and when they did, Hall was right on the job to block them. Now, the shots on goal are rather of interest in that the Chicago Blackhawks outshot the Toronto Maple Leafs 33-19. Once again, the final score in tonight's game, Chicago Blackhawks 3, Toronto Maple Leafs, no score. Now here's your Imperial Esso dealer, Murray Westgate.
If you're in the market for tires, take advantage of your neighborhood Imperial Esso dealer's new low prices on all Atlas tires. And be with us again on Tuesday night for the 4th exciting game in the battle for the Stanley Cup. Until then, this is Murray Westgate wishing you good night and happy motoring.